was with Dr. Ekaito Eko. Now we have another method. There is another method of this, pre-sex selection. And we will be looking at that. And we have somebody very professional, rather, who has been in the game for a long time. And she is a sister, also in the Catholic Church. I'm going to give you all of that information before we're going to have one-on-one with her. The interview will start after I finish, introducing my show and talk about other things. But right now, let's hold on. Let's put a pause on this one. And let's move into the usual thing I used to do before we get into the nitty-gritty of today's show. Okay. Now, today is the United Nations International Day of Sign Languages. And I know if you are conversant with the Edo election, you know that apart from the Edo, I'm just using that because that's the last election you have. If you're talking about the Edo State election, the governorship election, and which we all know exactly what happened. We're not talking politics today. But anytime they are collating and talking about the scores or what went down on the polling units in all of the local governments and all of the centers, and they're trying to collate the numbers together and put all together to be able to get the final decision of who won the election, you will see a particular somebody within at the corner doing something like, in case you're watching me, you see them doing something like this, using their hands. Okay, that's the sign languages we're talking about. Anytime in presidential, the last time 2023, you watch the presidential collation center at the INEC, at the center, you will see somebody, and even when they are talking about even when they have discussion about the election, you're also going to see a particular person doing this hand sign thing at the side. You always see it. And sometimes if there's important conference that have to do with the nation, you're also going to see somebody, either a female or a male, doing the hand sign thing. Okay? Now, what is that thing? Today is the celebration of that and sign languages. The sign languages got to do with the hand thing. It's not about the mouth. It's the I should believe it's the hand stuff, right? Good. No, so today is the International Day of Sign Languages. It's the 23rd of September, right? It's 23rd, right? Is it 23rd? Okay, today's 25th. So 23rd 23rd was the sign languages. So I'm going to bring up to speed. I'm going to bring up to speed and other days that. So the International Day of the Sign Languages is a unique opportunity, to support and project or protect the linguistic identity and of course the cultural diversity of the deaf people, or deaf people. Okay, so for those who didn't understand exactly what that is, okay. So whenever you see some people doing sign languages, it's actually for deaf people who can hear and get along with people like that. If you understand sign languages, you can actually get along with deaf people. You can even get married to a deaf person, and it's not a problem. It's not, it shouldn't be an issue. Okay, so what else? So I heard that during the celebration, this year's celebration, the 2024 celebration, the world will once again highlight the unity generated by the sign languages, and world leaders and all the government officials are actually invited to sign in this year's theme of sign up for the sign languages right. So, and all of that stuff for deaf people. And that's the reason, it's important for us to understand that the people living with disabilities are not people that we need to, chase away from us. We need to also help them because they're very able to communicate with people like this. So generally, it's not about the deaf people, but I'm talking about also people living with disabilities. We should be able to, able to get along with them and make sure that we support their rights and initiate them into the society in every work that we do. Okay, shout out to them. I wish I could talk more about this, but today is the 25th. So, okay, moving along. One more. I heard also that today is is a World Dream Day, and also today is World Pharmacist Day. And so, if you have a big dream, please use your dream very well. Do not let anybody shut you down. Your dream is your dream, and you've got to keep that going. Okay? Don't let anybody shut your dream down. Don't let dream killers kill your dream. They can't. But then, of course, also today is the world. Is it the World Pharmaceutical Day? Which I was very optimistic about. Wanted to talk about one or twos, and to let you guys know that you must be very, very careful of what you ingest. A lot of us ingest so many things, and the reason why I'm saying this is because recently we got to find out that there are people who are manufacturing drugs somewhere in Ikotun here in Lagos. And the place is is disclosed. Like, you pass there every day, you are seeing how the place is a building, uncompleted building, yes, but downstairs is actually filled with a whole lot of mechanism of producing drugs, most especially malaria drugs, typhoid, and the rest of them. And those of you see that is streaming, some is going viral for people to understand that. I mean, the government might not be able to put that too much out there because they're trying to also consider themselves. But if you check on the internet, you will find out there's a particular, what's it called? Guy that was caught who was leading a cartel of producing drugs. Okay, those drugs are not authentic. And you see, we are very talented, but look at what we do because of the system. If we're good enough and have a good system, we will eventually send that man and his followers to school, to to a medicine school, to study medicine, to follow his education, and to come out to serve his own country. But that would not go. That wouldn't go. Of course, you know how it is. If schools are not free, and you know how expensive things are. So if the nation was to be that good enough, like some other developed countries or developing countries that are coming up with things, it would have been better. So, I mean, they caught this guy somewhere in the cartoon roundabout there, manufacturing drugs that people take. I had it on my own. I think I posted it somewhere. I would have actually posted it here so you can see it. But today is not that time. I'm going to talk about it maybe much later on Friday or something. Manufacturing drugs that are unsubstantial rather, sorry. And this is why people get sick, and this is why people get down. And you're asking a question because somebody's doing something from the villa. No, it's just something somebody ingested. So this reminds me that today happens to be the World Pharmacist Day, September 25th. And the World Pharmacist Day is about celebration of every pharmacist, and of course pharmaceutical scientists who are doing great, and others who are actually part of these field. For millions of people are actually engaged in this profession, millions, and a lot of people are doing good. I just posted something on my WhatsApp the other day, and I said over how many thousands have left of medical workers that actually left Nigeria to developed countries, to the UK, and of course I posted that. If you're my friend, if you have my number, you will see that I posted it. And somebody said and somebody said it is only native doctor. Sorry. He said he's only native doctor that will be. He's only native doctor that will be. I think I still got that information. I'm going to look for it and talk about it. You know, every day, the medical professionals are leaving the country every day to other developed countries where suits them, where they can be taken care of. You know how it is when you go, when you're a doctor, or you're a nurse, you're a caregiver, and you go to the UK or you go to America or other developed countries in Europe, you know how much you're gonna get. You know how they treat those people. You know the system is so awesome that it gets so well that everybody wants to leave, and you don't have suitable people that is taken care of in the hospital these days. Everybody wants to run because the system is so good. It's so I'm crying now. I can't cry anymore. So what I do now is just to laugh because I can't kill myself. How many thousands living every day? Okay, this is a formal information. As a matter of fact, this is real, and when you see people living like this, people, doctors, nurse, and the medical personnel living every day, where do you think they're going to? They're going to a place where they can have soccer. So let's celebrate all the pharmacists. Celebrate them. There's a lot of people in this field to celebrate them. Today is their day, a World Pharmacist Day, September 25th every year. All right. And then, of course, lastly, I'll just talk about this so we can get into talking about what we were supposed to talk today about the pre-sex selection. And I have somebody who I'm going to be interviewing, a professional. But hold on, before we do that, there's one more thing I want to talk about. National Women's Health and Fitness Day. As long as today is a Women's Day, Women's Wednesday, I will be I'll be happy to talk about this. So today is also a National Women's Health and Fitness Day. And then the National Women's Health Day, or Fitness Day rather, celebrated every year last Wednesday. And obviously this is the last Wednesday of September, falling onto the 25th this year. And it's actually a very special day to promote the importance of health, awareness, and fitness for all the women out there. Though healthy living is important for both men and women, and this day acknowledges that each gender has specific needs when it comes to health. So today we're talking about the health of a woman, and of course specifically it will be another method of the pre-sex selection. For married men, they're looking for a way to get a boy. You're looking for a boy. It's no magic. You can do it. You can get a boy child. You can get a male child. You can get a girl child. You can decree it to come your way. You can have a very good, particular, specific affirmations that can bring this out. It's no magic, but you need to do the right thing. That's how life is. Scientology tells you when you do the right thing, you get the right results. But then, of course, we know we have spiritual things. We Africans were actually spiritual beings. Every human beings. Most human beings, like Africa, that has to be the mother of all human beings. Black people, we are actually very spiritual people, very, very spiritual people. So we're gonna leave it at that. But it doesn't mean that if you apply your spirituality and you apply the thing that you're supposed to do, because a lot of women out there are very lazy, you can't tell them exactly what to do. But today is your chance. I've got a professional. She doesn't want me to call her. She doesn't want me to call her a doctor, but of course she's a very simple woman, just like Dr. Ekaite Ekop that was here. Today we're going to have somebody else, but shout out to all the women that are actually in good health, and then you're doing great. You go to the gym, you do exercise to keep yourself fit so your husband can actually love you even more, to keep your body firm. Shout out to all of you that are doing that. Okay? This one doesn't go to the ones that used to tie up and stay in the house, and some men like it like that. But most of the men in this year, in this life now, we love a woman that does exercise, that can align with the present day thing. Okay, so your husband would not be looking outside, looking to all those small Gen Zs. you can actually beat them. You have all the knowledge. All right, so let's get started. Women's Wednesday. I'm going to say it again. It's time for us to get our guest in the house, because it's really going to be an interview. We'll talk about it, and then we'll open the phone lines for you to ask your own question. Okay? All right. Now, this person we're talking about has been doing this for over 7 or 8 years, and this is what she major on. An awesome lady with a whole lot of things to give out to the women today. So women's out there, please come close and get ready so we can start talking. This is the pre-selection, or the pre-sex selection using the Billings method. That's what we're going to be talking about today. She wants to tell us another way you can have a boy if you want, another way you can have another way you can have a boy, another way you can have a girl. If you're looking for a boy, if you want to have boys, there's some things you can do. We want to talk about this method. She came up with this method, okay? And literally, she is the sister who took over from Sister McQueenie, who wrote that book, From Where We All Started This. Okay, so if you also want to get the book and other books, concerning this pre-sex selection thing, you can get it. All right. So let's get into the real deal. All right. Once again, it's a Women's Wednesday. My name is Rahim, and you're on VOP 90.3. And today we're having someone who's going to be your guest, who is a medical professional, and she's got a method she wants to introduce to us, another method different from almost the same thing we have, but a little bit different and kind of captivating, of how you can get a boy child or a girl child. In case you're looking for a child, like a boy child, you're doing the wrong things. Today you'll hear it in simple terms. So please come close to your radio and get people around. You can connect if you don't have a device. If you want to see me clearly, you can actually hook up the Voice of the People 90.3 FM on YouTube. Type it right there and it will be seen. You will see us exactly what we are doing here. All right. So let's start. All right. So I'm going to be getting Sister Cornelia Udoka is belong to the International Congregation. Sister Cornelia Udoka belonged to an international congregation of women religious called the Medical Missionaries of Mary. And she's a certified Billings method teacher, which is kind of like a natural family planning. And she's also a national coordinator of the Pro Family Life Association, the Pro Family Life Association of Nigeria. In short, you can call it the PLAN plan. And the main work is to, accompany couples who wish to learn the Billings method, and also train teachers all over Nigeria on this particular method. And then just say the main aim is to foster love and unity in families. So with this, they train people on how to avoid and achieve pregnancy and how to pre-select the sex of a baby. So, she's a professional. She's been there for a lot of years. You can count on her. Today, she will be with us. And of course, she's got previous background. Right now, she's a management consultant who specializes on health management and she has served as a missionary in Malawi and also Tanzania and so many other African countries. Okay. Apart from Malawi and apart from apart from Malawi and other African countries, she has done a whole lot there. She's been doing this for the past 8 years. She's a really professional when it comes to this. So you can, count on her when she tells you this is the way to get along with the pre-selection, the pre-selection thing. All right. Enough talking about her now. That's the little profile that I can, give you. I can continue this again so you get to know exactly who I'm talking about. In case you know her, it will be the best thing for you to be on and listen to what she's going to say today. So I am very, very glad to have. I'm very glad to have her. We're going to be talking about the pre-sex selection and the method, which is the billing method that she is talking about. She's coming up with this method, and she said this method is a method that will give you, if you want a child, you can get it. If you want a girl, a boy, you can get it. It's a beautiful method, and I'm not going to be the one to tell you. The professional is there to let us know exactly what method this is. So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, and I'm going to open the phone lines for you to ask questions too. So that's how it is. Hello, you're welcome on board. Is that am I on to Sister Cornelia Udoka?
Yes, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. You're welcome on the show. Yes, I know you're patiently. You were patiently.
Whom am I speaking to, please?
You're speaking to Rahim. This is Rahim. This is the show.
Hello.
Okay. Sister Duka, this is the show that you were supposed to speak on, and this is Rahim. Can you get me now? Okay. I think.
Yeah.
All right. Sister Udoka, are you there?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Sister Cornelia, is me, Rahim. You are on the show on Voice of the People 90.3. Oh my God. Can you
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Sister Cornelia, can you hear me?
Yeah, the network is... Yeah. Hello, can you hear me? The network is not too good. It's raining here, but I hope we can hear each other.
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right. So I know you are been waiting. I was surprised when you say, "Who am I speaking to?" I almost stumbled on my chair. But
is this Rahim I'm speaking to?
Yes, this is Rahim. So I'm welcoming you to the show already. You're on the show already right now.
All right.
Okay. So if you're hearing me now, I'm just going to start right away because I've actually talked about you. I've introduced you. I've told the whole world who you are. So it's time for you to tell us exactly what method this billing is and how is it going to benefit a lot of people, women out there will benefit, and how it's going to benefit the women out there. First question, please. I like to ask you, are you listening to me now?
I am listening and I can hear you.
Okay. So let's go into the talk, right quick. I already know exactly that you have a method, which is the Billings method. And so let's talk about the Billings method of pre-sex selection, okay? All right? So tell us about this method that is used for sex pre-selection for those who want to get a child a boy child. You know how it is, culture. So a lot of people are complaining and they're saying that they can't get it. Is something wrong with them? So could you please tell us exactly? This is a format different. A lot of people have different format, but your own billing format has to. It aligns with the Sister McQueenie's book of the pre-sex selection. So please tell us exactly what is all about this Billings method.
Okay, Billings ovulation method is actually a method of managing fertility in a natural way. It's not just for sex pre-selection. In fact, when you're talking of the Billings ovulation method,
Okay.
they're talking of a method that helps a woman to use the natural way through the charting of the body signs to achieve pregnancy and the same to avoid pregnancy. But McSweeney, when she the method, now adapt it, knowing the African context, how a woman can suffer if they don't have a particular sex, like a male baby in the family.
Mm-hmm.
She now added the additional dimension of the sex pre-selection. So talking about basically about Billings ovulation method is a natural, we call it natural family planning,
Okay.
but it's actually the natural way of teaching a woman how to recognize her fertility and infertility.
Mm.
So talking about the sex pre-selection is using this Billings method in a particular way that enhances the married man and the married woman to be able to say, okay, I'm looking for a baby girl, and this is the timing of the sexual intercourse that I can achieve a baby girl, or timing the sexual intercourse that can achieve a baby boy. So before we actually go into the sex, we are not going to go straight into sex pre-selection.
Okay.
It's like building a story building. If you want to make a story building, first you lay the foundation,
Okay.
and then you have the first floor, and then you have the upstairs. So I'm equating the sex pre-selection as the upstairs of the building. You cannot go straight and build up. You have to build a foundation. Are
Okay.
you following what I'm saying?
Of course.
So, yeah. So first and foremost, we need to listening. I hope our viewers are listening.
Of
It's
course.
not that we are not going to do the sex pre-selection. We would, but we need to be able to share with our viewers how to recognize the different body sign, how to chart. By the time we are going to go into the actual sex pre-selection, it will be a very quick process once we have done the foundation.
All right. So
So,
let's start with the foundation then.
okay, so the foundation now, just to define one or two terms so that when we are talking, they will say, because when we say, for instance, ovulation, I know, okay, many people say, understand what ovulation, but in the context of the Billings, ovulation is actually the release of the egg from the egg sac. If you look at the anatomy of the structure of the woman's reproductive system, you have the two tubes. So either of those tubes can release egg. So that's what we are talking of, the ovulation. And then you are talking of the fetal mucus. People are wondering, oh, mucus? Yeah. If you like, if you spit from the mouth have its own, the saliva is almost like a mucus. So this time you are talking of the mucus coming from the vagina of the woman. So when you say mucus, that's what we are referring to.
Mm-hmm.
And then we talk of the menstrual cycle. Again, our people are used to saying monthly period. But when we come to the Billings language, we use the word menstrual cycle because menses is not restricted to a particular month. If you say a month, you're talking of from 1st of the month to 30th or 31st. So when you are talking of a woman's menstrual cycle, it can run from one month into another month, you know. So you are talking of the menstrual cycle of a woman from the first day of one menses to the first day of another menses. For instance, if a woman started her menses on, say, the 12th of April, and then the next menses comes on the 8th of May. I hope this case study, we are going to use it as an example right through.
Of
Then
course.
that woman's menstrual cycle is the 12th of April to 8th of May. So that forms the woman's, even though it's running into 2 months, that is the woman's menstrual cycle. So when we are talking of the normal cycle, you have the normal cycle. When we are looking at the types of cycle, you have the normal cycle, which ranges from menses will take place 25 days or to every 35 days. So that forms the normal cycle, average length. Then you have another type of cycle that runs very short cycle, 19 days to 24 days. And that means that every 19 to 24 days, that woman will menstruate. Then you have the long cycle. And the long cycle means that the woman will menstruate from 35 days up. That very small percentage of women in this category. They have maybe menses every 30 days, 35 days, 40 days, 60 days. But a greater number of the people that have this long cycle are people who are actually breastfeeding, or people who are maybe experiencing some sort of stress, or people who are in their pre-menopause.
Okay.
So the application of achieving pregnancy or avoiding pregnancy, it differs from cycle to cycle, and every woman is unique. I may have a 27-day cycle, another person has a 27-day cycle. You cannot duplicate the charting. Why I'm saying that is that the time the ovulation would take place in one person, even if they are twin sisters, would be different from the other one.
Okay.
So
All right.
the next part then, we are actually going to, so having defined what a cycle is and the different types of cycle, we want to talk about how you can observe the body signs. Again, when we are talking of the body signs, it's actually when a woman observes herself. That's this type of sign they will learn in the Billings method, different symbols, different signs that a woman can use to describe what she sees, what she feels in her body, and what she sees in her body. So there are two methods of observing and noting the body sign. And the first method is actually, what is the woman feeling, or the sensation around her reproductive system, the vagina? What is she feeling? And the second part is what she actually sees that comes out of her vagina when she wipes herself. So out of the two, according to the Billings, the feeling or the sensation is more important than what you see. That's why even the blind people are able to use this method, because the sensation speaks louder and is
Yeah.
more accurate.
Wow. Nice.
For instance, when a woman, when I talk to concretize more what I mean by menses, by feeling.
Feelings. Okay.
When a woman is menstruating, the first signal the woman sees is, oh God, I'm wet. If she had not padded herself, if she had no pad on, she's, oh, I'm wet. That feeling that rings a bell signals the woman immediately to say, ah, there's something there. So that is the feeling, that wetness is the feeling or the sensation. And the other one is then, okay, she pulls down her pants, oh, I'm actually menstruating. My menses have started, and she sees the blood. That is the visual one. That is the physical observation that she has made. I just want to explain to our viewers the difference between the feeling or the sensation
Okay.
and what the woman is actually seeing with her physical. So in the Billings method, you combine the two to be able to note whether what body signs that you are indicating. The same thing when you say the woman is dry. Those are the languages we are using. The woman is dry. It means that she's feeling nothing, neither will she see anything. If she urinates and then cleans herself, there be nothing seen. And then at times you are talking of the feeling of stickiness. Each of those symbol is very significant in the language of the fertility. And then she might be feeling a bit sticky, like if you have a starch in your hand and it's dry, she
Yeah.
goes to check herself, and then she sees something like pap, or she sees something creamy, and that again has its own significance. Then you have the what we call the slipperiness. The woman is feeling a bit of lubrication around her vagina, a bit of that slippery feeling. And then when she sees, if she wipes herself and she sees something that is very drawing coming out of her body, and that's actually the sign of fertility. So she can see that for 2 days or 3 days. In a day, a woman, just like maybe the weather, because we link very much the fertility to the natural weather. Like, for instance, when the ground is wet, you say that's the time to plant. And when the ground is dry, if you plant, that plant will die. It's the same thing. When the couples sleep together during that time of wetness, we take that to be a significant period of fertility.
Okay.
And when they dry, and that's a period that the woman is infertile. So we now want to talk about, supposing a woman sees 2 signs in a day, which one does she record? So what the woman is supposed to record is the most fatal sign.
All right.
And in the language of the billing, what is the most fatal sign? The number one most fatal sign is the slippery feeling, the slippery sensation, and when the woman wipes, is drawing.
Okay.
Wipes herself. Sometimes it can almost go with the tissue paper. So that's the number one slippery sign. So if in a particular day, a woman sees this slippery feeling and sees the one coming out with whitish feeling, Max Sweeney would have been using the word egg white to describe that.
Okay.
So out of the two, the most fatal sign is that slippery one. So if she sees the two, yes, if she sees the two, to mark, because it's just like going to the laboratory. Marking the accurate feeling is very, very important, because if you don't mark the accurate body sign, you will not be able to get the correct results. So I just want to emphasize that to our listeners, to our viewers, how important of indicating the correct body sign. Then if you have the whitish discharge and also have the dry sign, of course, the most fatal sign in those two circumstances will be the whitish design. So all the time, if there are two signs, the woman needs to ask herself which of these is more fatal, and that is the one to record.
Okay.
When do you do this observation? The observation is done throughout the day. The woman is not doing anything new. She doesn't, like I normally say to them in the class, she doesn't carry a chair and sit down and say, oh, what am I feeling now? She continues with her normal business. But when she is used to tapping into her system, she will be able to say, oh, now something is happening, something different is happening in my body. So then she actually takes herself, she goes to urinate, she uses the tissue paper, wipes herself. That is when she does the visual observation. So after every urination, the woman does the visual, but the actual feeling and the sensation is done. She taps into her body, like I was using the example of the menses.
Okay.
When do you record? You continue with your normal business. You don't record every time you feel, oh, there's some changes in my body, and you run and go and record. No. Before she goes to bed. And again, in the language of the Billings, we encourage both couples to be involved. I remember sometimes in the class, the men would say, but chatting the body sign is a woman's work. Please, the men that are listening to me, it's both the work of your wife
yes, of
and
course.
the work of the husband, the two together.
Because after she has seen that particular one that is fertile, it's time to do the work.
It is, of course, depending on what we want, for those who are achieving. For those who are achieving. So it depends on what you want. For those who are avoiding pregnancy, of course, that will not be the time.
Of course.
So that's why I'm saying we are going to take it step by step. Look at the body sign and look at, because sometimes the problem can be for those who are avoiding. Why we involve both couples is that if the man is part of the journey, if the man is part of the chatting, then he is not going to demand for sex at the wrong time, because they are two of them together.
Yes, it takes two to tangle. It takes two to get there.
Yes. Like I said to you when we were chatting, I said this method is meant to unite family. It's meant to unite the husband and the wife together. Because if they are chatting together about their body sign, if they are chatting together about what is happening, it will automatically.
And the reason some men will complain and say, oh, it's a woman's thing. Men don't want to get involved because sometimes when you see something like that, you'll be like, some people get irritated when they see some slimy stuff, blah, blah, blah.
They shouldn't get irritated because that's where we all came from.
I mean, yeah, yes. I understand.
We all came, it might look irritating or whatever, but
for some men. For some men,
yes. So, I talked about the normal charts. I talked about the very short cycle of 19 to 24 days, and the one that is over 35 days. So now we want to use the example of what we call the normal chart. Not that the other charts are abnormal, but it's charts of average length. We want to put the body sign in a context of the charting. So we want to go back to the example I was using of the menstrual cycle of a woman that started menstruation on the 12th of April. Then the next menses was on the 8th of April. So that is a cycle from that 12th of April to the 8th of May is that particular woman's cycle. And within that cycle, a lot of things takes place. But usually what the women are looking at, all they notice is just, oh, I have had my menstruation. And for them, it's like, that's all. But with the Billings method, the woman will get to know that there are a lot of things from one menses to the next one. There are a lot of things happening. And it's amazing when the women start being aware of what is happening. Say, wow, so all this thing is happening in my body. So if we take the menstrual cycle starting from the 12th of April, and they say 12, 13, 14, 15, a woman is menstruating. So when we are talking of, I want to just use some body signs. The woman is feeling weight. Of course, it's menstruation. Of course, the feeling there will be wetness. And what she sees when she checks her body will be blood. Okay, so I want us to, my viewers, please get a small notebook, small paper, because the next few minutes now, we are going to talk about something practical that will help you to recognize your own body sign.
All right.
So if you have a piece of paper or exercise, you can lay your hand on something. I want you to draw 3 columns. The first column will be the date. The second column is a column for recording feeling and sensation. And the third column will be the column for observation of what you see. So that's what we are going to do. We want to use this same woman that have menses from one menses starting 12th April, and then the next one starting on 8th of May. So 12, 13, 14, 15. She was feeling weight because she had her menses. So under the feeling section will be wetness. The next section will be blood. Then the same woman signifies something. Then from 23rd to 25th, the same woman with a normal cycle was having the slippery sensation. The slippery sensation, she looks at it the first day, just maybe like catarrh. I like to use catarrh. When you develop catarrh, the first few days is tip is not clear. But as the catarrh is getting better, it's becoming very clear and very thin. So that would have been her experience from that 23rd to 24th.
Okay.
Then we are now going through the whole cycle. Then from 27th, 26th, 27th, the same woman is having again sticky feeling with whitish discharge. Then from 28th to 30th, the same woman is having the dry feeling. That means she didn't see anything, neither did she notice anything. On the 1st, the same woman, 1st of May, the same woman is having the sticky feeling or sensation with whitish discharge. Then from 2nd of May to the 7th of May, the same woman have dry sensation, dry feeling, nothing seen, nothing felt. And on the 8th of May, the woman starts her menstruation. So that is a whole cycle of description. We want to go back again to 23rd, 24th, and 25th. The last day of the slippery sensation was 25th of April. That day is very significant in the Billings language. It's the peak of the fertility of the woman. The peak of the fertility. So, why are we saying it's the peak of the fertility? Because on that day, the egg can be released. Some women think that when they're having the slippery sensation that is ovulation. No. The slippery
Questions already. I've already seen some questions. So after the slippery sensation, when it comes out and the woman sees it, what next?
Okay, when the slippery sensation, it can be 2 days, it can be 3 days, it can be 4 days. Now, she will, because you are chatting before going to bed, the woman does not know, like in this case, the last day of the slippery sensation was 25th of April. On that 25th, she does not know whether that will be the last day or not. It's actually on the 26th of April in the evening when she would have observed the whole of that 26th, no more slippery sensation. So in retrospect, she now realizes that, oh, my peak was on the 25th of April. So in the using McSweeney's body sign, she will mark double X on that day. But using the standard Billings body sign, the woman will mark 0 and X on that day. And that is the climax, the highest point of fertility of that woman in that cycle. Not only that, following that, the body sign that follows the 3 next day after that peak is called peak. That very time, last day, when you go back to mark it, either with double X as in love and life, or in 0 and X as you use with the Billings standard body sign. Then she follows the other ones with a circle. Day 1 after peak, day 2 after peak, day 3 after peak. Why? Because those are the 3 possible days that ovulation can occur. Even though the slippery sensation have actually stopped, it is when the egg is actually coming out. Either on that peak day, which is the last day of the slippery sensation, or on the first day after the slippery sensation, or on the second day after slippery sensation. On the third day, is still marked as fertile because the channel from the outside of the vagina into the uterus is still opened. And that's why it's marked as.
Okay. Are you there?
On the third day.
Okay.
The egg release either on the peak day, or the first day after peak, or the second day after peak.
All right.
Okay.
Now, let me. You've said so much, and I want to be able to ask you one more question, sharp question, and then we will open the phone lines for those who want to ask a question. I already have a very funny question here. I already have a funny question. Somebody just sent me a message, but I want to ask you in the situation of when a woman is very busy. Sometimes she does not understand the circle thing, or she does not really care about, because there's a lot of women who do not recognize their body very well. They might not know exactly when they're ovulating, as in when the slippery stuff comes out. They might not know. Is there any way that a woman should be able to get to understand that something is happening on that first day, so she does not miss that first feeling of that white slippery substance that are coming out before her, before she will have time to with her husband? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, I do. It's like saying, when a woman is about to menstruate, can she miss that feeling, that kind of rushy feeling of, a bit warm coming out? It's almost the same. According to the billing, again, the kind of chemical reaction, hormones coming from the body, once she tunes into her body, she's busy going about. It's like, no matter how busy you are, and the menses come, the woman will know immediately there's something happening.
All right.
It's almost the same feeling coming. It doesn't come quietly. It
Okay.
will not come quietly. It's just that because once you start doing the Billings method, once you start using the Billings method, it's almost like a bell ringing in the woman's body.
Oh,
She
okay.
may not have, she
It,
may not have somewhere to go and check, but she know, oh, there's something happening
happening.
there. Yeah. And when,
Okay.
of course, that thing will remain there either when she's washing her body or when she's going to urinate. It will not dry up. She will see it. It will not
Ah.
dry. Yes, it will be
Okay.
recognized. It will be recognized. If she's tuning. In fact, when people will start using the motor, they will know immediately there is something happening.
Okay.
Okay, so those 3 days. So when you are talking of the fatal phase, so of course, after the third day after that what we call the peak, from the fourth day to the next menses, the woman is completely infertile because the egg
Okay.
is only released once in every cycle. If you
Oh.
remember the definition of the cycle, from one menses, the first day of one menses to the first day of the next menses, egg is only released once, and that egg it survives only for 12 hours. 12
Hmm.
hours, maximum 24. That's the only length of survival of the woman's egg. And it
Hmm.
tells you how important it is, especially for those who are looking for children.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So
Sister
you
Cornelia,
want to,
okay,
yeah.
let me open the phone lines because if we keep talking, we will not give chance to the people to call in. Let them be the one to ask your questions. Let me
Okay.
open the phone lines. You've actually spoken enough. So I'm going to call the numbers so people can call and ask questions as we continue. So I'm actually speaking with Sister Cornelia Uduka. And as I said before, she belonged to the International Congregation of Women Religious called the Medical Missionaries of Mary. And she's a certified Billings method teacher, which what we're talking about, which is a natural family planning. And also, she's a national coordinator of the Pro Family Life Association of Nigeria. That's the PLAN plan.
Mm,
And she our work is to, mainly accompany couples who wish to learn the Billings method and also train teachers all over the world, not just Nigeria, because the world is listening right now on this method. And of course, our main aim is to foster love and unity, train people on how to avoid and achieve pregnancy and how to, to do the pre-select sex of a baby. And then she's previously actually working as a management consultant who specialized in health management and have actually served as a missionary in Malawi, in Tanzania, and other African countries that Tundamir to mention. And of course, she's the head of office of the plan, the PLAN in Uyo right now. As I'm talking to you in Akwa Ibom State. And she's been here for a long time. She's talking about this method of how you can get that right baby of yours. But we just want to start with, the beginning, how to, the framework, how to start according to her. So when you want to build a house, you have to start with, the foundation. So we started with the foundation, what you need to know, what you don't need to do, what you need to do, practical examples for all the women out there that are looking for a child. Okay, so I'm opening the phone lines in case you're listening. The numbers to call in, or the number to call in, is 0700 903 903 903. You can call in and ask Sister Cornelia Udoka. You can ask her any question you want to ask her concerning the topic of tonight. 0700 903 903 903. As we kick along, when your phone calls, when your calls come through, you ask her questions and she will answer you. And then, of course, I've got a message here, Sister Cornelia.
Yeah.
I got a message, a very funny message, but I think the person who sent it, he knows exactly what he's looking for. So he said, please, during the Billings method, how do we know the difference between slippery sensation, whitish discharge, and having orgasm? With this, is it ideal to put a mouth in there? That's what he said. I'm just trying to refrain it. Is it ideal to put for a man to put a mouth inside there? I don't know. I think it should be a man that's asking the question. Coming from George from Ajangula City.
I think that is the decision between the husband where he puts the mouth or where he doesn't put the mouth. So for the purpose of this session, we can try to discuss how the person will distinguish between the slipperiness and the whitish discharge.
Okay.
Of course, when we're talking of the slipperiness, if you look at oil in Nigerian context, if you are talking of okra, if you are talking of obono, those are things that are very, very slippery. Yeah, you cannot miss it because it is very dry, it's very smooth and clear. Whereas if you are talking of a body cream, imagine put a body cream beside something. Do you know? Have you ever seen okra yourself, or do you eat okra?
I eat okra once in a while, but I like I like the obono. I like that one. They go from Katsina State or Kaduna.
Okay. You can put something like obono beside pap.
Okay.
You see the difference. You see the other one is smooth. Like I said, it can almost follow the toilet paper if the woman is cleaning herself.
Okay.
The other one, when you put it there, the toilet paper will just
Udoka, you can go ahead, call the number 07 Udoka. You can go ahead, call the number 0700 903 903 903. Hello. Oh. It is well. Hello.
you are losing the call, eh?
Yeah, no, but I got it now. Hello. What's your name?
Hello.
Good evening. Good evening.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Are you there? Okay. Sorry. Call back, please. Hello. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Good evening.
Good evening. What's your name?
My name is Michael.
All right. Michael, can you turn down or turn off the volume on the device you're using, please, so I don't have my ear?
No. Okay. Sorry about that.
Okay. So
I'm listening in respect of my wife.
all right. So go ahead and ask a question, please. Ask her a question. She can answer you.
Okay. I want to ask because I didn't tune in very early to get to know when should be ready for a baby. That's after menstruation. How many days
You didn't tune in.
is it gonna take?
She has talked so much about this. I don't know if she will be able to. Okay, what you do, just keep listening. Ask the question and then keep listening. She might be able to repeat it because other people might be able to call in to ask the same question.
Okay. Thank you so
So
much.
no, go ahead. Ask the question again. Complete it.
I want to know when after menstruation. I want to know when a woman should be ready, actively ready to have a baby.
All right. Okay. All right. That's it, right?
Thank you.
Okay. Michael just asked the question. He said he didn't tune in early, but he came in late to ask that question. But let me pick another call so you can mix the both together. Are you there, Sister Cornelia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
All right. Hold on. Hello. What is your name? Where are you calling from?
Good evening. My name is Edidion Ekbu.
Okay.
I'm calling from Ecuador.
All right. What question you want to ask?
Yeah. What of some men that are not fertile? at that period that the woman egg is being released for like 12 hours or 30 minutes, and their sperm are not fertile to incubate the egg.
Who's not fertile? Is it the woman or the man?
The man.
Okay. That's your question, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Who is okay?
Okay. Edith Young, just ask your question. To Michael and Edith Young, ask a question. I think you can remember the first one and the second one. Edith Young's question is quite, I don't know. Sister Cornelia, go ahead, please answer the question. You're the guest in the house.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Okay, Cornelia. Sorry. Michael asked the first guy that called. Michael asked the question. He said he just tuned in, and he didn't really hear from the beginning. But he wants to know how many days after the menstrual cycle, how many days will it take for the woman to get pregnant? Obviously, he wasn't listening in the beginning when we started. So please, could you break it down for him? And then Edith Young Ekpo is asking if a man is not fertile, how does he work?
Of course, the man is fertile at all times. But the combination, when we are talking of the fertility and infertility, you are talking of the combination of the fertility of the man and the fertility of the woman.
Mm-hmm.
So, the woman has, when we talk of the normal cycle, when we are going to do, hopefully the next session we are going to do the very short cycle, and we see that it's totally different.
Okay.
But the woman in the normal cycle, as I stated in this case study we are using, where a woman is having a menstrual cycle of about 27 days. A case in point is a woman who started menstruating on the 12th of April for 4 days. And then after that, the next menses came on the 8th of May. So that's the woman's menstrual cycle.
Okay.
For this case study, the woman's period of fertility is 21st April, according to the body sign, 21st of April to 28th, because the slippery sign started 23rd, 24th, 25th. That last day of the slippery sensation, as we call it in the Billings language, it is what is called of May. The woman is completely infertile. Of course, when there is sexual intercourse between the husband and this woman and the husband, she cannot get pregnant because the egg has already been released and the egg have died.
Oh.
Only one release of egg per every cycle. The ovulation cannot take place twice in any cycle. I don't know if I'm answering the person's question.
Of course, you've answered it. I believe,
Yeah.
and he is listening. Okay. Let me continue. 0700-903-903-903. You want to call in, please do. Call in the number and ask Sister Cornelia Udoka the question. 11:30 is our time, so we're looking forward for you to ask a question now. Hello, what is your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Ife, calling from Lagos.
Your name is what?
Ifeanyi, calling from Lagos.
Ife,
Yeah.
Kedun?
Not a bad drop.
Okay. All right. So ask the question. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm having this kind of problems with all this while. Because I've called, I've witnessed so many programs like this, which I called, and they are confusing me. Now, another thing has occurred again today that I cannot understand.
If I take it easy, you will understand. Don't worry.
Okay. Because I called the other one, the said, 3 days before ovulation, if you have sex with a woman, you take him. Then 3 days after ovulation is also a danger period. So I'm confused, ma'am. But this one, man, the woman is telling us that it's only one that a woman can release egg. After that day, the egg will die. I cannot take in again. So I'm totally confused.
Okay.
So it's only okay. If a woman, if like let me say, ovulation period, if the ovulation period remains like 3 days to occur, okay, if you have sex before then, the woman will take it. The person also tells me that after 3 days again, after 3 days after ovulation, the woman will still take in again. I get my point. So if you are looking for a child 3 days before ovulation and 3 days after ovulation, you will not have sex. If you are not looking for a child, but if you are looking for a child, you will have sex 3 days before the ovulation or 3 days after the ovulation.
Okay. You know what? I believe that Sister Cornelia is listening to you. She will explain that part again. So that,
Okay, actually, I'm not hearing the
okay,
question.
you're not hearing the question?
No, I'm not.
Well, hold on.
Okay. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead, please.
Okay. I want her to tell me the exact day, or is it one day that the woman is supposed to take it?
Some with his wife after she has seen, after she has seen that she's fertile. Let me use that word. So you explain it again in short so he can listen to you. Because he said that 3 days before the ovulation is a danger zone, and after the 3 days before and after is also a danger, that he doesn't know exactly when he's supposed to sleep with his wife to get a child at a particular time. That you mentioned that the egg comes just once. The egg comes out just once, and after that time, so he wants to understand in clarity what you said and when exactly he should sleep with his wife to be able to get
For the wife to get pregnant.
Yes.
Okay, you see, when I was talking, I know it's a little bit challenging because when we are teaching in the class or with Zoom, we are illustrating with the charts. So one thing I would like to clarify is that Billings method does not go on counting. That is what you call calendar method. In Billings method, you base it solely on the body sign. And that's why when I started, I used a case study by actually reading out the body signs. It's actually based on the body sign. So you are talking of the time for achieving pregnancy. From that time the woman is getting, according to the Billings method, you can actually start sleeping with your wife the time she's having the slippery sensation.
Okay.
I cannot say count the days, but for those achieving pregnancy, it has to be with the slippery sensation. But the 3 most fatal days in a woman's cycle is that last day of slipperiness, the first day after the slipperiness, and the second day after the slipperiness. Those 3 probability, because those are, according to the research, those are the days that the egg is released. I wanted to say are released. That's only in twins cases,
Yeah.
So we go solely by the sleep station. It's not by counting. Because when you count, you miss it. There's this general concept. If you are talking of an average cycle of 25 to 35 days, some people think, ovulation occurs 14 days from the time of menses. But Billings method is not based on calculation of the number of days, but rather is based solely on the observation of the body sign. So the case studies we are talking about is 23rd, 24th, 25th. For somebody who wishes to achieve pregnancy with the sexual intercourse taking place on the slippery sensation days, especially on the last day of slippery sensation and 2 days following the last day of slippery sensation are the 3 most fatal days in a woman's cycle.
All right. Thank you. I got another call here. Hello. What is your name, please? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, please, good answer. I'm calling back.
I did young. You've called before.
Some people are sick. Yes, I just want to correction. When some people are still getting confused with this explanation, it's just that some people do not have elementary science, and all those things.
All right. It's okay. I've got that. Edith Young is okay. Thank you so much. I got what you're trying to say. 0700 903 903 903 is 2 minutes gone past the hour, or 3 minutes rather, gone past the hour of 11 o'clock. I want to hear you ask questions. Sister Cornelia is here. Hello. What is your name? Where are you calling from? Hello? Okay, I lost that call. All right. We're going to keep getting calls. Sister Cornelia is here. She is she's our guest, and she'll keep answering the questions we're throwing out there. We have less than 25 minutes, so we are done after that, so I can let her go. She's been on here talking about this, method. And then for the guy who is asking that is confused, if I do not be confused, it said after the slippery sensation, which she analyzed practically, and she talked about it like, she took her time to talk about that. She elaborated, and after that slippery sensation, the first day, the second day, or the third day, right? Can go.
The first day and the second day. From the last day of the slippery sensation.
Okay.
The first day after the slippery sensation and the second day. Those 3 days, very fatal in a woman.
All right. Hello. What is your name, please? Where are you calling from? Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Who am I speaking with? Okay, so you're calling back. Did you hear what she said to you?
Yes, I heard it say within 2 days of the
you're sleeping on me, you're sleeping and talking to me. You need to sit up and talk to me.
Okay. Can you hear me right now?
I can hear you, but you're still mumbling. Your voice is because you are slipping down, you're up, so I know who is sleeping now. I know when you're not. So get up, sit up, and talk to me. It's not network. You're lying down. Right. Don't lie down and talk to me on the show. Okay. Okay. Now the network is bad. Now the network is bad for Ifeanyi, who's calling back and is trying to ask questions. Well, it's not my fault.
But I hope he was able to get the 3 most important days in the cycle of his wife.
Yes, of course. He definitely he must have gotten that. He must have gotten that. And for those who are trying to call me on WhatsApp, I think that will be a little bit difficult. So maybe you can call me on the direct line. Sorry.
Because we are talking with WhatsApp now.
For a child. Or is it a boy or child that you're looking for?
No.
You're looking for a child. You don't have any.
I don't have anyone is okay for me.
Anyone is okay for you. So let me. I'm going to give you her number. You can have a one-on-one session, and please don't take this for granted. I don't normally do this, Bill, because you said you don't have a child. For how many years now you've been looking for a child? Let me hook you up to her one-on-one, so you can. I'm going to send her number so you can call her, and then you can talk to her one-on-one. However, she can give you all that information you need.
Thank you very much. You can give me your number.
No, not now. I'll send it to you. Don't worry.
Okay.
All right.
With this line, right?
Yes, with this line. I'm sending to you. I'll send her number to you, and then you can talk to her. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. Fine. All right. Okay, so 0700 I'm doing this because I just want to make sure that she says. I mean, if I say he's looking for a child for some years now, maybe
Okay.
it's because of an ignorance of not knowing certain things. So I'm going to give you your number. So if I need to call you one on one, so you guys can talk.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Hello.
All right. Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hello. Good evening.
Is
This is
this?
Madam Quality from
Yeah,
Muncie.
I know from the voice. Madam Quality, sorry we couldn't have the WhatsApp is having the is
Honestly, I have been trying that WhatsApp.
I know. It's okay.
It
So
has been, it will connect, but you guys are not picking up.
are you serious?
So, yeah, of course, of course.
Okay, because we're using that.
Um,
That's what we're using.
Good
So
evening,
it will be
good
good.
evening, Madam.
Okay.
Yeah. I would just want to ask this question because I'm a woman and it concerns me. Definitely, I'm not looking for a child, but I want to ask her. I have a very short cycle. Sometimes I normally skip my period twice a month, and most of the times this breeding method I don't understand it well. That is the method they taught us in church when we are doing marriage course, but I don't understand it. So, but I have a very short cycle that I don't even, I would try to monitor myself before I know it, it don't enter. I will say, should be, so it's very, very confusing, and
Hello.
I'm feeling my period
Yeah.
2 days normal, then on a third day it will just be just a drop.
Okay.
And I'm too fertile. I don't know how to control. I'm too fertile. Any drop it catches. So if there is any remedy for me, I don't want. I have finished giving birth. I don't want again. What can I do?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I guess I'll be the one to explain to her because she's not hearing you. Okay. Sister Cornelia.
Yeah.
So I have a lady who just called in, and this is hard for me. I'll be the one. I wish that you're hearing. So the lady is one of our major callers here. She says she's having issues of her circle, and she doesn't really understand the Billings method. And but she's not looking for a child, and she doesn't want a child anymore. But she keep getting it. She keep getting pregnant. She does not know how she can stop. She doesn't know how she can say no to. I mean, to stop it. Is there any alternative that you can let her know so she having kids? She doesn't want the baby anymore.
Okay.
The thing keep
Well,
entering
I don't
anyhow.
want you. Huh?
She said the thing keep entering like that film. The thing has entered.
Okay, it's bodies. I don't know whether how much she was able to get from what we were explaining, because if maybe she hasn't been using any, she just perhaps some people have been using the calendar method by these 14 days. I remember being in a class and somebody said, "Does this method really work?" And we say, well, it's up to you. Let us teach you first, and then at the end you can tell us. So as we continued with the teaching, now from what we were teaching, he said, now I was doing the wrong thing. So I don't know what the woman has been doing, whether she's been using the calendar method. We people think is Billings, is not calendar method. But according to what we have described, that when the woman, again, I don't know what cycle does she have. A lot depends. So the example we are using today is what we call the normal cycle of this particular woman having menses. Then you have the period of dryness. Then you have the period of the fertility starting with discharge, most likely whitish discharge like pap or cream. Then as soon as the slippery sensation, in fact, when the whitish discharge starts, after menses, the discharge that starts, it means the woman is already in a fetal phase, and that will continue till the third day after the slipperiness. From the fourth day after the slipperiness to the end of that cycle, the woman is completely infertile. So I don't know what they have been using. So if they want to, what I will encourage our viewers to do, especially the women, is using the body code language we have used today for the Billings of dryness. If they can record their body sign, hopefully we'll be having the session next Wednesday. And then as we are talking, they will be able to use their body sign to ask the question, and it might be more practical. So I don't know what she's been using. And maybe that's why she's not succeeding. If we were doing face-to-face and accompanying her, we'll be able to say, this is maybe what you are doing wrong. Okay?
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that we're doing it on radio now. Hello. What is your name?
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening to you.
My name is Godwin.
Godwin
Yeah.
from Agor.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
I just.
Your voice is.
listening to your program.
I think you're very far away from your microphone. I mean your phone.
Okay, I said that. I was listening to your program, and this very one. I'm even praying if the woman that just spoke last. I was trying to wake my wife up so that she can listen to this program, but she's weak, and I just have to keep listening. Because I was thinking you are going to drop the woman's number, which
Okay.
because I've been looking for a baby for a long time now. So the last woman that just spoke, I was like, I wish God would just give my wife that same cycle so that she can take in as well. But
Okay.
as well.
All right. No problem. So what I'm going to do, she's going to drop her socials, and that's number one. And I only did that for that guy. Maybe I could do it for you. A lot of people are also asking right now. I'm seeing messages. Oh, please give me a number. No, come on. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. So, but I will, the thing, it's going to be very simple for you to go back again, revisit this YouTube because we're streaming. If you go to Voice of the People 90.3 FM, type it there, look for us, and check for this particular episode. If you can, it will be better. Okay? And I want it to be a little bit difficult for you guys now. It should be easy now.
For it to be difficult, my kind of work, I wouldn't be able to. But if you can just help me with
All right.
that, fine.
Okay.
Please.
Wow. Today, Today
I know
is
it's
today.
difficult, but
Okay, so
today is today because
you,
of the way people have been messed up with different doctors telling them things that is not right, spending money just to. You should know how this work, just for you to look for a child, so people will be running around.
what is your name?
My name is Godwin.
Godwin from where?
Yes. From Ago.
From Agor. Okay, Godwin. All right, no problem. Let's see what happens. But in case you can, I'm going to help out. But in case we have it already on streaming on our YouTube, so you can go there and check it. But I'll do you a number so you call and talk to her one-on-one. And you know it's not free, so okay. All right. Sister Cornelia.
Yeah?
I have an issue here, and the issue is that you are not hearing what the callers are saying.
Okay, what's the problem? You're not able to.
Well,
Is it
I
a
think maybe
line
next.
or what?
Yeah, well, there's a conflicting stuff going on, but I think the next one will have to resolve that problem. But for now,
Okay. Okay.
I'm not finding this funny at all. But it's okay. I've got a caller here. Hello.
Hello, Madam Policy Calendar.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Fine.
Yeah. I listened and the our mommy was asking, "What am I using?"
Yes.
Honestly speaking, I when I said I don't understand that billing method, I don't understand it. It's just that I just understood her own explanation. But normally, I am using my calendar.
Okay.
Yes, like I told you, sometimes I normally see my period 2 times in a month, beginning and it will still fall on at the end of the month. So I have 22 days as in my cycle is short, 22 days. And I'm done my period, I'm seeing it 3 days. I'm not seeing 4 days. I'm seeing 3 days. So anytime I calculated, and I will feel like now with my calendar I am free. Even sometimes my husband will begin to ask questions. What is happening? What is happening? And sometimes he will be even running. Is it that anytime I touch you see pregnant? So the thing is just being a problem to me. I don't want, you know, when I say I don't want to go a way that I will have belly and I will start looking for what to do. So if there is anything, and I want to, if this program can continue next week, so that I will put my mind more and understand these billing methods, I think it can help me. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for calling. I appreciate you. Okay, so we will definitely start next week. We'll continue. Sister Cornelia.
Yeah.
Okay. As I said, the issue is that you're not hearing what the callers are saying, so it's affecting because my brain is everywhere now. I wish that you can hear them. I wish that you can hear them directly, and you know how to talk with them. Okay, so I know they're going to. Some of them will go back to check from the YouTube channel to see what you said, and I wish that I could do more. All right. The lady who called and said that the thing used to enter anyhow, and she doesn't want to have child. She called back again, and she's saying that she understands your format, but what you're saying, she understands.
If we are illustrating it on the body, if we are illustrating it on the body, it's easier to follow. Or if they are writing it down, as I said, do 3 columns, 1 column dates, 1 column what you feel, and 1 column what you see. And we are mentioning the body sign every day. If they are able to write it, they will be able to say, okay, when we say peak, the last slippery sensation day, it will be clearer to them. So I can see that we will need to talk about it, kind of go back on the quickly recap next week before we continue
All right.
on the symptoms of peak and ovulation, which is
Okay.
what I was about to talk about.
All right. Let me see if I can get a couple of couple of calls 0700 903 903 903, and let me see someone who can ask question that I can understand, because when the guest is here, she should be the one listening to you guys, but unfortunately I'm the one listening and telling her. Okay. Hello, what is your name?
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you. What's your name, please?
Buki.
Buki. Bukola. Okay.
Yes.
All right, Bukola, go ahead. Ask your question, please.
At the peak, at the
Period.
method.
Okay.
I mean, at the peak, can after the man have sex, can he continue with contraceptive? Because many women do.
Oh, you're breaking. Can you repeat that question again, please?
say at the peak,
Okay.
at that period, where it is having sleeping time, that the woman continues some drugs, because some of these drugs they do damage they do damage things. So can she continue with some drugs which she did not know? Because many women take some
Contraceptives.
they don't know about. Yes, that they don't know about.
Okay, so
Can
so
she,
so does that mean that you're talking about somebody who doesn't want a child, or somebody who wants a baby?
yes, because some women do go after quack pharmacists, doctors, and they give them drugs that are not suitable for that situation.
Wow. Well, all right. So let me just stay online. From what I got from you, Sister Cornelia.
Yeah, are they able to hear me when I speak?
Yeah, they're hearing you. They're getting you live and direct, but you can't
Okay.
hear them. Okay,
All
so
right.
a man has called in, one of our callers. His name is Bukola, and Bukola is asking after the peak period, the peak time, after the peak, would the woman still take contraceptive or take drugs? That's what he's asking.
Okay, we don't combine. If you want, because the peak is the highest point of fertility. And as I said, the egg is likely to be released on that day, or on the first day after the peak, or the second day after peak. So that means that if the egg is released and the egg has died, she doesn't need to take anything. The egg is not there. From the fourth day after that peak noted by the woman to the next menses, the woman is completely infertile and cannot get pregnant.
Okay.
Cannot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope you heard it, Bukola. I hope you heard that, because I'm personally I'm out of touch. 0700-903-903-903. Call the number, ask questions, so Sister Cornelia can answer you real quick. We have 5 minutes left. Okay. I have this one here. Hello, what is your name? Hello? It is well. Okay. Some people.
Are you going to sing for us?
No, I want to.
Remains there, the sleepiness, till when you are going to the toilet or to urinate, you wipe it, or when you are washing your body, the sleepiness will remain there, either on your pants or on your body, and you will feel it when you are washing or when you are using a tissue paper, So
Okay.
you don't need to calculate. Billings is based on scientific research of the body sign. The woman does not need to calculate it. Only calendar method does that.
Okay, so calendar method is different from the Billings method.
Yeah, calendar method is, which I hear a lot of them, is the one that says, okay, yes, I'm menstruating today. In 14 days' time, ovulation have taken place and I am free. I'm infertile. No, it doesn't work that way. It's like somebody saying it's going to rain in Lagos every Monday. When I ask people in the class, is that true? They say, no. Nature doesn't work that way. Calendar method literally count. Oh, my menses is today, add 14 days. But what happens for those who have very short cycle? People with very short cycle is different. They can actually get pregnant with those calculations because the body is not the same every cycle. The body changes. So you cannot say that the body is static. And therefore, from 14 days, I'm infertile because ovulation have taken place. Totally different.
All right. All right, real quick. This another person is asking a question here. Can we use the method, this billing method, to determine whether the child will be a boy or a girl? Edwin from Isolo.
Yes. Sex pre-selection, if you intentionally pre-select, which we will be covering later. Can you see now why I say we have to look at the basic
Yes,
starting?
I
Because
understand.
if we were to go into sex preselection, and they'll be more confused and they
Exactly.
will get the wrong result
E-
and they say the method doesn't work.
exactly. So let's start with this foundation first. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you. What's your
Good
name?
evening.
Yeah. What's your name, please?
I'm
Prof. Hello.
Yeah, I want to ask.
What is your name?
My name is Promise, calling from Ago.
All right, promise. Go ahead. Ask.
I want to ask this thing there that can a woman get pregnant after a period, like just a single drop? Can it make a woman get pregnant?
Okay. Oh yeah, listen. Just listen to her. Okay. Listen. All right. Sister Cornelius.
You will soon become an expert yourself.
It's okay, no problem. I'm joining you very soon. As a matter of fact, I'm getting into a new profession, which is I'm going to study medicine.
Okay.
Okay, so definitely I will learn all this once too. But then this caller says that he's asking. He wants to know. Can a woman? This is why he asked me. I'm just throwing the question to you. Can a woman get pregnant after his cycle? That's number one. Can a woman get pregnant? That means if at all is doing the right thing and is following the billing method. Can the woman get pregnant if one a drop of sperm enters her at the time that she's fertile?
Yes, she can. Even, we've had cases. Some people think that it's only when the penetration takes place in the sexual intercourse. So what some people say, oh, there have been cases the man is denied. That's not my child because I did not penetrate the woman's body. But what happens during the fetal phase with the slippery sensation is almost, the slipperiness is almost like a magnet to the sperm that leads it straight into the tubes. It's almost like a magnet. So the woman will get pregnant even if they are just playing outside without the full sexual intercourse. Yes, the woman can get pregnant.
All right. So the first question he asked, which obviously shows that he wasn't actually listening very well, and he doesn't understand. He asked a question: can a woman get pregnant after her cycle? So please, can you speak about
cycle?
that?
What do you mean cycle? Is it
of course,
after menses?
It definitely is after menses. A lot of us know, a lot of these people know about the menses thing. So can you explain a little bit more? Because this is the last caller, so we can leave.
Okay, so what happened? We are talking of what we call the normal cycle. Normal cycle means that the woman will menstruate within the range of 25 to 35 days. So that's what we call normal cycle. So menses takes place, and then women in this category, they will have a few days of dryness. And those dryness can be used, but I'm not introducing it yet for sexual intercourse because there will be another session. They will be guided on how it is used. So then, but very short cycle, women with very, very short cycle, which we'll be covering later, ovulation actually takes place almost within the menses or the end of the menses, and therefore they can get pregnant, but not with the normal cycle.
Okay.
Am I clear?
Yeah, you should be clear because he's listening right now. All right, so
yeah, we are not covering today. What we covered was the normal cycle. We have not touched on the very short cycle, where a woman is menstruating between 19 days to 24 days.
So we
very
have
short.
So we have the long circle and we have the short circle.
Yeah, we have the normal, we call it
The
normal
normal
cycle.
circle.
Then the
Okay.
very short cycle and then the long cycle.
All right. So
Yes.
all of this is what we're going to talk about subsequently. We'll be talking about this. So everyone
Yeah.
who's listening and watching, please listen. Next week, Wednesday, we will continue. Just keep listening because we want to inform. It's very obvious. It's not about women now. It's about men, women. It's about families.
Yes.
So get ready so we can deal with this proper. And the last
Yeah.
question, somebody sent me a message and he says, does orgasm and white teeth discharge look alike? This person is still trying to understand what you were saying. I don't know. Sister Cornelia, maybe you can explain a little bit more short and precise. Let
Okay.
this Mister understand. Orgasm and whiteys or slippery, whatever. Does it look alike? That's why he's asking.
I have no idea what the orgasm looks like. Yeah, laughing. The orgasm, I think, is more the feeling between the wife and himself. But we are talking of the body signs.
Okay.
I don't know whether
All right.
the person is still confused.
All right. We will continue again next week, and so that anyone who's confused will get the information. And
Yeah, so it's just the beginning. Hopefully, by the time we go through it next week again, they will have a clearer picture or better understanding.
All right. I want to thank you so much, Sister Cornelis Udoka. I want to thank you for coming by and doing this with me. Next week, we will continue again to give a lot of people that understanding on this particular topic. Okay, so is there anything else? I think you need to, although I said the numbers are not allowed, but then of course you can give your social media account. Let's see if they can reach out to you. Gold and diamonds are very hard to get. When you got it, it's expensive, and you know exactly what you can use it for. It lasts forever. So let's do it that way. Let me get your social your socials, your Facebook, your any other social media handles, so they can reach you as we get along. Anybody who wants to ask a question, except you don't want to do that, but
Okay, well, our office, like I said to you, is full time on this time to help couples. So this line of course is what you call it WhatsApp number. Unless you want to get my email as well, if they want to use the email or the office.
you don't
email.
have a social media handle. You don't have any socials.
Sorry, when you say
Facebook.
social-
I mean,
eh?
Facebook, Instagram, or any other.
Oh, okay. We have Facebook. Yeah, I will give the plan Facebook.
All right, that would be better.
I will send that to you. I will send that to you because the Facebook is almost like a link
No.
you have to send.
A link. So that means you can't say it out so that they can write it down.
Okay. Priska, can you give me the first? Yeah. Okay. Somebody's going to read it for me.
Okay.
The Facebook for plan. Yeah, we do have. Yeah.
Oh, this is the big organization. Okay, I know now. I get it. Okay, so yeah, I understand. Okay, so is the person ready? You can give it out.
Just the full reading. Pro Family Life.
Wow.
Plan. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
That's all. Yeah. Okay.
Pro
So
Family
you
Life.
get that Association of Nigeria.
That's for Facebook, right?
Yeah, that's for Facebook.
Any other social?
No, I don't want to be giving other personal this thing, but this one we are giving you is for plan.
Okay, fine.
So there, but the people you have directed, we do have office numbers as well.
And well, I don't want to give the numbers now. It's not
All
time
right,
for that.
okay. But they can use that for Facebook to send question. We'll respond to them.
Exactly. Let's get to a point where that will be available. For now,
all right, okay.
If they continue to call and to get all they want, they wouldn't listen anymore. So the reason is that for them to listen to the radio, and yeah. Okay. So Pro Family Life
Association of Nigeria.
Association of Nigeria.
Yeah. Eh? Hyphen plan. Yeah.
Hyphen. There's hyphen in it. Okay.
Yeah.
Pro Family Life. Is it Pro Family Life, not line?
Pro Family Life. Yeah.
Okay. Pro Family
And
Life Association of
Son of
Nigeria.
Nigeria hyphen plan on the
Hyphen.
Facebook. Hyphen. Yeah. Then
Hyphen.
you.
You
Yeah.
put
You
plan.
get us there. Yeah.
Okay. So
Plan.
that's it. Pro Family
Yeah.
Life Association of Nigeria. Hyphen plan. As in
Plan. Yeah.
PLAN. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
and then of course, if you want to get this, you can go to our Voice of the People, our YouTube page, Voice of the People 90.3, and you see it. You can now, follow it again, watch the video, listen to what she said. We're gonna come back again next week, Wednesday, to do the same and also do other things. We want to be able to take step by step. That's what she said, and we want to follow that step. I want to thank you for coming by, and let's just keep doing this for now. And when it gets to the middle, we will start giving numbers, and so people can actually get in contact with you. And
All right.
yeah. All right. So thank you so much, Sister Cornelius. A lot
Okay,
of
Rahim. Nice talking to you.
yeah. So me too. And then next week we're gonna do better. I'll look for a way so you can hear it clearly and talk to them directly, not me translating.
right.
I appreciate
All
you,
right.
and God bless you.
Okay. God bless you too, Rahim.
All right.
Okay. Bye now.
All
Bye.
right. Take care. All right, so I want to thank everybody who called in. Thank you so much. I know a lot of you are looking forward to be able to call in and get along and get in line and ask your questions, get all that you wanted to from Sister Cornelius. Definitely, we will have this on again, and we will repeat a lot of the stuff that we discussed. This topic is really good, and before we actually integrate to get into the major pre-sex selection thing, there's a foundation. We need to get through that first, and then we will reiterate this again next week. So get ready, and make sure you put it in your to-do list, put it in your whatever book you have, and cap it there. Remember, the Wednesday is Women's Wednesday, so there's no women without a man, and there's no man without a woman. Both of them actually. So this is kind of like a family stuff. All right, so we will get you all the information you need for you to be able to get your boy child or your girl child, and simple, natural, ways to apply all of this. It will work for you. And then if there's something else, we will know. I'm not the person here who will tell you exactly what to do, but if you tune in next Wednesday, Sister Cornelius Udoka will be here. She is doing great, and I will tell you all about her if you I sometimes I used to get this sometimes I used to have that. I don't want to say it. If I say it now, it would be like, oh, Rahim, why'd you say this stuff to yourself? That's for people that don't like it. And they're listening right now. So he's okay. And she is actually a very strong woman who belonged to the International Congregation of Women Religious, called the Medical Missionaries of Mary. So the Medical Missionaries of Mary, she belonged to that group, and she is certified Billings method teacher, which is a natural family planning, and she's also the national coordinator of the Pro Family Life Association Nigeria, which she talked about plan. And what else? Our main work is to accompany couples who wish to learn the Billings method, and also train teachers all over the world, all over Nigeria first. And this method is really good. If you apply it, definitely you're going to get a lot of results. So our main aim is to foster love and unity in family. And she trained people on how to achieve pregnancy, and how to pre-select sex, gender, like what I mean pre-select, are talking about if you want to have a boy, you know what to do. If you want to have a girl, you know what to do. You go ahead and do it. The plan is here. So that's what we're going to be discussing all through this Wednesday, this month and over. And she is previously the management consultant who specialized in health management and have served as a missionary in different African countries all over the world. I just mentioned two, or Malawi, South Africa, Tanzania, and there's so many other places too. So, I mean, she's a really good. Our hands is on deck. She will be a blessing to you next time, Wednesday. So hook up next Wednesday, but don't forget to hook up tomorrow, because we're also going to be having a show tomorrow on Friday, and we're going to continue this next time. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. I'll see you on the next one. God bless you guys.
If you want to be heard, say it here on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. People, 90.3 FM.
Sabah, Delta State, Nigeria comes alive as the city will host the best of African artists at the International Choral and Traditional Music Fiesta under the leadership of the festival's spiritual father and chief host, Archbishop Dr. Daniel Oko, General Superintendent of Christ Holy Church International and President of Christian Association of Nigeria. Asaba hosts the 8th edition of the Africa Sings Festival, an international choral and traditional music festival with great excitement and time of praise. Special guest of honor, His Excellency Right Honorable Elder Sheriff Oborewori, Governor Delta State. Come and celebrate Africa through workshops, seminars, concerts, and competition. Scheduled to hold from 8th through 13th October 2024. For more information, WhatsApp 0705 340 7629.
Are you aware that Iruka Online Limited installed and designed a 100,000 capacity church building? Oh yeah, we are the sole distributors of global leading brands all over the world, such as Wafday Line Array, speakers and digital amplifiers, Preseno's digital mixers and studio equipment, Coswell workstations and keyboards, Fender guitars, Mapex drums, Ashdown bass combos, just to mention but a few. We offer flexible payment plan handled by our financial department with 24/7 customer care support system. You can visit our website on www.iruka.com to avoid buying fake products. You can also visit our showroom at number 36 Lagos International Airport Road beside Golden Tulip Hotel. Iruka, never settle for less.
You are tuned to the city's #1 super dial. Voice of the People, 90.3 FM.
There comes a time in the affairs of man when the voice of the people stands unique, constantly challenging society's status quo. 90.3. Is strong. It is the voice of the people.
Entertainment unparalleled. Satisfaction guaranteed. VOP, Voice of the People. VOP, Voice of the People.